For today's Fly Tying Friday, we're going to be talking about how to match one of the most prolific hatches of fall using a controversial but undeniably effective pattern, the egg pattern. We're going to show you how to tie the simple foam egg pattern, and then we'll also show you how to tie a pattern using Estaz. I like to use our N304 hook for egg patterns because of its open wide gap. However, our N203 hook is also excellent for egg patterns. The trick to the foam egg fly is to make sure not to use too little material. Start your thread just behind the eye and create a slight bump. Here, I'm going to use 3 clumps of McFly foam, which I'm going to tie around the hook shank. Once I've tightly tied in the foam, I'm simply going to bring my thread forward in front of the foam and then whip finish. To free up my hook gap a little bit, I can also slide that pattern further toward the hook eye. Now, to create the nice round egg shape, I'm simply going to pull the material upward and then cut it in a half moon. And there, you have the simple foam egg pattern. For what is essentially the Estaz version of a sucker spawn fly, this pattern ties equally simply, but it's slightly different in the construction. Again, start your thread right about the middle of the hook shank. Now, tie in the tip of your Estaz. Unlike the foam egg pattern, with the Estaz egg pattern, less is definitely more. So here, I'm simply going to create a couple of loops of Estaz and tie them down as I go. With each loop, I also create a thread dam in front of the loop to prop it up. Here, I'll trim the tip of my Estaz free and then whip finish in front of it. As you can see, this pattern ends up yielding something that's very, very dense. So I like to go in and trim the Estaz shorter. And there, you have the Estaz version of the famous sucker spawn pattern. This flashier version can often make the difference on some of those more pressured streams.